So I want you to find a comfortable seated position. The slow flow practice for today will be really heavy in the front and back lines. I might incorporate some twisting and some lateral flexion, but really focusing on lengthening and strengthening different parts of the front and the back line. So this will be fun. So just to start off, first and foremost, I always like people to come to their practice and to their mats. Find a comfortable seat where you feel both sit bones engaged. So that means not allowing one leg to cross on top of the other, allowing the legs to lie, or even bringing the bottoms of the feet together like a book. Or maybe that's bringing the legs long today. Wherever you need to be to keep that balance and stability. And because we live in such a forward flex world, we're always being drawn the front line forward. I want you to place the hands on the thighs, push yourself back, sitting up nice and tall, crown of the head reaches high towards the sky. And let's drop in with 3 deep cycles of breath together, but with these cycles of breath, with each inhale, I want you to elevate the shoulders up towards your ears. And then as you exhale, allow them to depress or drop down. So inhale, elevate. Exhale, depress. One more time. Inhale, elevate. And you don't have to keep inhale or elevating the entire inhale, but allow the inhale to last as long as you need it to. And then go ahead and release the shoulders down, depress on the exhale. If you want to drop back into that at any point, feel welcome to it, even if I don't cue it. And then feel the shoulders drop down and away from the ears a little bit. You've had that movement. Maybe you roll the shoulders open a little bit. Keep the spine growing nice and tall. And then drop in with some deep cycles of breath. Without a lot of judgment, just be in a deep cycle of breath. Okay. Building on that little practice that we had in the beginning of elevating and depressing the shoulders. On your next inhale, we're going to build on this. So just breathe into the belly as big as you can. And then slowly exhale, bring the belly back. One more time. Inhale, really breathe into your belly. And exhale. This time, breathe into your belly and then add a little bit of the rib cage, so maybe the lower rib cage. So full inhale into the belly. Maybe you pause a little bit and add a little bit more in the lower rib cage. And release. Breathe into the belly, the lower rib cage. Exhale. All right, let's build on this. Inhale, breathe into the belly, the rib cage, and the middle of the ribs. And exhale. Practice that one more time. Inhale into the belly, the lower ribs, the mid, and release. Okay. This time, as you inhale, inhale into the belly, the low ribs, the mid ribs, and then into the chest. And as you do, can you keep the shoulders not creeping up? So you will notice what other muscles are playing a part as you inhale now into the chest and release. So I'll cue that one more time and then I'll let you go for a little bit. So inhale into the belly, the low ribs, the middle ribs. See if you can breathe into the chest without lifting the shoulders, and slowly release. Let's practice this deeper cycle of breath 5 times. So you may be a little ahead or behind my cue, and that's fine. So inhale into the belly, the low ribs, the mid, the upper, and exhale. Inhale, the belly, the lower ribs. Sip in a little more air in the mid and the upper. And exhale. 3 more times. And if you want, you can always drop into a deeper cycle of breath without activating everything. So inhale into the belly, the lower, the mid, and the upper. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale, the lower ribs, the mid, and the upper. And exhale. Last time, inhale, the ribs, the mid, and the upper. And exhale. Inhale in through the nose. Maybe sigh out through the mouth if you wish. Inhale. And exhale. Now stay with your breath. So if it's deeper, if it falls into a natural rhythm, just stay with it. So let's practice how the body feels as it's breathing now. And notice if the exercise you just went through allows you to take in a little more oxygen, expand a little bit more. One more. Beautiful. And then as you take your full inhale, inhale in fully. See if you can drop the shoulder blades down a little bit more, reach the crown of the head up towards the sky. It'll be gentle, it'll be subtle. And then exhale, chin to chest. Now stay here for a cycle of breath and notice any tension that you have in your back. And also note if the shoulders want to start rounding in and down too. See if you can keep the nice front line. Beautiful. As you inhale, look on up. Draw a line with the nose, look all the way up towards the sky. Keep the shoulders dropped down and away from the ears. Notice if they want to creep up. Stay here for one more cycle of breath. And then exhale, chin back into chest. Straight spine from behind. All right, from here, roll the chin over to the left shoulder. And then back into center. And over to the right shoulder. and back into center. All right, you connect at your pace. So as you inhale, bring the chin over towards the left. And as you exhale, you let it go back into center and over to the right. And see if you can keep the expansion of the torso on the inhale. One more time. And then we'll meet with the chin back into center. And then bring the head to neutral. Okay, so we'll move around a little bit, but your job is to really keep the spine straight and to kind of watch how the shoulders move up and down, okay? So set the left hand down to the outside of the right, or left hip, sorry. Reach the right arm up high to the sky. And if you want, you can imagine that you're pushing something up and high, and then point fingertips up. So you feel your arm activated. If you're reaching up, be mindful that you're not forcing your shoulder to elevate to give you that height. So if you want to play around with pushing first, great. All right, reach a little bit higher. And then as you exhale, send your bend over to the left. Reach your right arm over towards the left side. And then you can play around of how deep you want to go. Stay with your deep cycles of breath. And if you want, you can slowly rotate the torso up, giving up a little more opening. One more big breath here. And then as you inhale, reach up. See if you can come back to the integrity of the shoulders so it's not too much elevated or too far depressed. And then send your right hand down to the outside of the right hip. Reach the left hand up once again if you want to imagine that you're pushing something up first. And then allow the fingers to reach up. So you understand where the integrity of the length of your left arm is coming from. All right, reach up a little higher. And then let's send it over to the right side. And you pick your height. I feel like going for more length for me than the fold today. So, okay. You stay here, or you can roll the sternum up towards the sky. All right, one more breath. And then reach the left arm up, and the right arm will come up now too. Once again, if you want to play around. All right, and then as you feel your exhale happening, fold forward. See if you can keep your sit bones planted. So once the hands touch the ground, you decide how deep the fold is for you. And this is just a little assessment now of what's going on in the back body. What do you feel in the low back or even up along the spine? One more breath. And then slowly walk your fingertips up. Cool. All right, extend your legs long in front of you if they're not already. You can have your feet about hips distance apart or together. Try not to have them wide here. And this won't be true for everyone, but you try to have the second toe in line with the knee. There's lots of reasons why it wouldn't be, so you try. And then bring the toes towards the face. Sit up nice and tall. And you should feel some activation in the back line. So bringing the toes towards the face, you're elongating the back of the legs. You want to push the heels out. So if you're really feeling the stretch here, this might be a good gauge of just some tightness that you may have in the calf or in the hamstrings. And then slowly and carefully point the toes away. See if you can keep the second toe lining up with the knee. So you'll start feeling the front of your legs elongate. Okay, and you stay here. Okay, now this time you bring the toes towards the face, push the heels away. So you're creating length in the back body, but you're also shortening the front body, the front of the legs. And I want you to notice if any muscles on the top of the legs start activating and firing. Okay, and there's nothing right or wrong with it, just I want you to notice. Maybe bring the toes a little bit closer to the face. Maybe you feel those muscles fire a little bit more. And then slowly and carefully point the toes away. Once again, creating the length in the front body, but now you're shortening the back body. So you're staying here for a few cycles of breath, and same thing. I want you to notice if there's any muscles that are tightening or firing in the back body for you. Great. All right. So as you inhale, slowly bring the toes towards the face, point the toes. And then as you exhale, point the toes away. So inhale, bring the toes in towards the face. Exhale, point the toes away. One more time. So it's like we're flossing the front and the back lines. We're creating this length on both sides. Great. And then meet with the toes up. All right. Bring the toes towards the face here. Reach the arms up high towards the sky. And let's create a little more length in the back body by folding forward. So your hands may touch your toes, or they might touch your legs, or to the side. There's no right or wrong. And see if you can stay in your forward fold with each breath. See if you can give yourself a little more length. You're here for 3 deep cycles of breath, okay? So nice full inhale in. Slow exhale. Keep the feet activated. One more breath. And release, bring yourself up. Now, you might not feel too much difference, but let's try it with the toes pointing away, okay? So inhale, reach the arms up high to the sky, toes point away. And then as you exhale, fold forward. One more breath here. And then slowly walk yourself back up. Okay, legs can stay long in front of you, or you can cross them again. What I want you to do is bring your arms out in front of you, hands or palms push forward. I'm going to turn kind of crooked here. Okay, so you'll eventually do this in a tabletop pose, but it's kind of fun to work with gravity in different ways. So I want you to bring the shoulders up towards the ears. And then I want you to squeeze the shoulder blades back so the hands will come in just a little bit. And then drop the shoulders. And then take the elbows out and push with your hands away. Okay, so inhale, bring the shoulder blades up. Bring the shoulders together so you're squeezing. Allow the shoulder blades to drop. And then round the shoulder blades out. Protract the shoulder blades out. Push. All right, let's try that one more time. Bring the shoulders up. Squeeze them together. and then down, and then push away. Okay, can you reverse that? So you're pushing away, you're lowering, you're squeezing, and you're bringing the shoulders up. And then you're pushing away, lowering the shoulder blades, squeezing them, bringing them up. One more time, push, lower, squeeze, and reach up. And release. So if you want, you can take some shoulder shrugs. So you'll feel a lot of those muscles activate and fire for you. And that's kind of nice because when we live in this forward flex rope, we hunch over a lot. All right, slowly make your way into a tabletop pose. Okay, with the palms underneath the shoulders, I want you to rock back on the heels, lift and spread the fingers and set them down at a time. So you should feel the palms engage into the mat, and you shouldn't feel anything like any space in between your palm and the mat. Knees are underneath the hips, hip distance apart. And then as you inhale, drop the belly, look on up for a cow pose, and you're here for a little bit as you squeeze the shoulder blades together in this exaggerated cow. Breathe into the belly. One more breath. And then you take a full inhale. And as you exhale, you bring the shoulders away in the protraction. Push your palms into the mat around the back. Scapulas pull away from the spine for your cat. Stay here for another cycle of breath. And then as you inhale, let's find a cow. And if you want to squeeze the shoulder blades together, you can. It pulls the sternum forward a little bit. And then as you exhale, find your cat. Push the scapulas away. Give yourself some space. Inhale, find your cow. Your choice to squeeze the scapulas. Exhale, find your cat. One more time, find your cow. And then your cat. And then if you would like, you can take a child's pose here because we'll come back into tabletop, but then you give a little rest to the wrist. So in your child's pose, you're still activated. The heels are the bum's reaching towards the heels. The arms are touching the mat, but you can lift the hands and do some circles with the wrist. One way and then the other. And even if you want the forearms onto the mat, you could have your wrists touch and send your fingertips up high to the sky. And like with the toes, reach your fingers back just a little bit. And then push your palms down, maybe you tent the fingers up. So you have some mindful stretching in the wrist with flexion and extension. Beautiful. Okay, make your way back into a tabletop. So it's a little more active child's pose. Okay, let's play around here again. So you're in your tabletop. And you're doing what you did when you were seated. So bring the shoulders up towards the ears. Bring the scapulas together. Slide the scapulas down. And then push the scapulas away. All right. So bring the shoulder blades up to the ears. Squeeze them together. Push them down and away. And as you're doing this, I want you to notice if you're shifting weight on the hands. So let's do this one more time. Shoulder blades come up to the ears, squeeze the scapulas, push the scapulas down, and then push them away into protraction. All right, and reverse that. So then you're in protraction, drop the scapulas, bring the scapulas together, and then bring them up towards the ears. Push away in protraction, depress the scapulas, bring the scapulas together, Bring them up to the ears in elevation. Push them away in protraction. Last time, drop the scapulas. Bring the scapulas together. Reach the scapulas up towards the ears, and then push away. Okay. All right, so hopefully you feel nice and warmed up in your spine. Bring the big toes together. Set the bum onto the heels, and then from here, I want you to thread the left arm underneath the right and come down into a child's pose. So reach your right arm forward. Your palm will be up or down. And the right arm, you can flex and extend the wrist. So this is a very active child's pose here. And then slowly and carefully bring both palms under. You're still in the child's pose, but now switching sides. So thread the right arm underneath the left as you extend the left arm forward. And you can have palm up or palm down. Lift the left fingers. Playing flexion and extension in the wrist. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, slowly unwind. Let's reach both fingertips forward. Just even out this child's pose. And then slowly and carefully roll back into tabletop. All right, when you're ready, tuck under the toes, send the hips up high to the sky for your first downward dog pose. And while you're here, once again, try not to let the scapulas come up towards the ears. Play around with, you're not fully depressing the scapulas, but you find that sweet spot. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Imagine that you're protracting just a little bit the scapulas. One more breath. And then slowly come into tabletop. And hopefully you now feel a little stronger. You can always drop the knees where you don't feel like you're dropping in your plank. One more breath here. You're pushing the mat away. And then drop the knees, the chin, the chest, and untuck the toes. So you're in your 8-point pose. And then lower down, totally. All right, palms are underneath the shoulders, tops of the feet are touching the mat. Slowly push yourself up. All right, and this can be a low cobra first. You're just bringing the shoulders down and away from the ears. A little compression in the low back, but you're also giving some length in the upper chest. And then release the forehead down as you exhale. Inhale, can you push yourself up a little higher? One more breath here. And then exhale, lower down. Beautiful. Push yourself up into table or plank. And then your downward dog. All right, reach your right leg up high to the sky for your 3-legged dog. And then step your right foot through to your hands. Drop your left knee and untuck your left toes. All right, and then stay here for just a brief moment, and I want you to line yourself up. So if you're feeling too much of a stretch in the left thigh, lift the toes and bring the left knee a little bit closer. So you're creating the length. All right, and then as you inhale, reach the arms up high to the sky for a low lunge salute. All right, you're here for 5 deep breaths, okay? And I want you to breathe in, breathe as deeply as you can. And be careful that you don't let the shoulders creep up towards the ears. So if you need to imagine pushing the ceiling up or the sky up, I want you to do that. Two more breaths. Last breath. And then you send your left hand to the inside of the right foot and reach the right arm up high to the sky. So I took mine in a circular motion. You can do the same too. Just a gentle twist here. One more breath. And then find the right hand to the outside of the right foot. Tuck under the left toes, lift the left knee. Send the right foot back, plank pose. So practice not letting the scapulas drop in. Push the mat away. Push up through the heels. And then drop the knees, the chin, the chest. Lower down. Push up into your cobra. Your height is your choice. And then back into downward dog. All right, if you're feeling tight in the hamstrings, you can always bend the knees too. And then lift your left leg high. Step your left foot through to your hands. Drop your right knee down and be mindful about the front line of the body fits tight. Bring the knee a little bit closer. Untuck the right toe. And then reach the arms up high to the sky. 5 breaths here in this low lunge. And if you want, you can maintain the integrity, or if you want to sink your low lunge, you can. You know, it's just where you want to play around with lengthening the front body on the right side, but also maintaining the strength on the left. I pointed underneath. Actually, you're lengthening the low behind the leg on the left side, whatever. All right, 2 more breaths. And then drop the right hand to the inside of the left foot as you reach the left arm up, high to the sky, giving yourself your twist. It's a gentle one, because you're creating the length in the spine. One more breath. And then guide the left hand to the outside of the left foot, untuck the right toe. Left foot meets right foot, plank pose. And you stay here for 1 full cycle of breath. And then drop the knees, the chin, the chest, and then lower down. Find the cobra of your choice. And then down into downward dog. Two breaths here. 2 more breaths here. And then reach your right leg high. Step your right foot through to your hands now, high runner's lunge. So you're pushing out through the left heel. So you're activating a little bit more of the back body. And then you reach the arms up high to the sky for your full salute in crescent lunge. And while you're here, once again, be careful that you're not allowing the shoulders to creep up towards the ears. So if you need to activate the arms first, you can. And if you want to lean back just gently, feel the length you create in the front body, you can. Or you can stay strong. 2 more breaths. All right, frame the right foot with both hands. And then let's drop the knee. I was gonna do it one way, but I practiced it this way. So drop the left knee. And then slowly straighten the right leg. So bring the left thumb back towards the heel. Toes point back up, so you activate the back line of the body or the right leg. And notice if you're tensing anywhere. That's a good indication to see what else is activated too. All right, one more breath. And then make your way back into your low lunge. Tuck under the left knee or toe so you can lift the left knee. Right foot meets left foot, plank pose. Stay here. Hopefully your plank is feeling lighter, hopefully. And then drop the knees, the chin, the chest. Push up into your upward dog. No, or you can do upward dog. I'm doing cobra, sorry. And then back into downward dog. All right, pushing the mat in, or using your hands to push the mat in. One more breath. And then reach the left leg up high to the sky. Step the left foot through to the hands. Push out through the right heel. And then reach the arms up high to the sky. Once again, you're being mindful for the shoulders. It's all right. It's a natural reaction for the shoulders to want to protect the neck too. It's okay. You're going to be a little vulnerable here. And if you want, you can lean back just a little bit. One more big breath. And then frame the left foot with both hands. Drop the right knee down. And then bring the bum back towards the right heel as you straighten the left leg. Once again, you play around, bringing the toes towards the knee or away. All right, and then slowly make your way back into a low lunge. Tuck under the right toes, lift the right knee, left leg meets right foot. Plank pose. And then drop the knees, the chin, the chest. Push up into your cobra or up dog. And then back into downward dog. Yay. All right, from here, reach the right leg up high. Step the right foot through to the hands. And then reach your arms up into your high lunge. All right, let's play around here. So reach the right arm back, left arm forward, so you add a twist. And then you notice here in this twist if you want to bring the shoulders up towards the ears or not. So you can turn the hands down or turn the hands up. If you want to play around with balance a little bit, maybe you peek out at the back hand, the right hand. All right, and then no matter where you're at, look at the left fingers. Drop the right hand to the back of the left thigh. Left hand comes high to the sky. One more big breath. And then reach your right arm up to meet the left. Notice if the shoulders creeped up. And then bring both hands to the inside of the right foot. Drop the left knee down. And then heel toe the right foot over to the left side of the mat, finding your pigeon pose. So hopefully, with lengthening the back and the front body, this pigeon feels a little different, or maybe it feels a little better. And then gauge around too. Keep the left toes tucked and bring the left knee in closer away if you want a little more length. And then find the top of the left foot on top of the mat. Palms are underneath the shoulders. Push yourself up here. Give yourself some nice length. And then as you exhale, fold over your right leg, finding your full pigeon. And with the back body exposed, see if you can breathe deeply into the back as well. And as you settle in for the next few cycles of breath, be mindful that you're not allowing the scapulas to retract close into the spine, that you're not allowing that collapse, that there's still some space. Three more breaths. And then slowly meet with the palms underneath the shoulders. Tuck under your left toes. Lift the left knee and then send the right leg back into a three-legged downward dog. And then a downward dog. 2 more breaths. All right, send the left leg up high. Step the left foot through. Reach the arms up. And then from here, reach the right arm forward and left arm back, giving yourself your twist. If you want, you can look out over the left fingers. I'm going to look out over my right. And then once again, you can take palms up or palms down, just to remind the shoulders to drop down and away from the ears. Big breath here. All right, take the gaze out over the right fingers. Drop the left hand to the back of the right thigh. Right hand comes high to the sky. One more breath. And then reach your left arm up. Be mindful that the shoulders didn't creep up as well. And then on your exhale, bring both hands to the inside of the left foot. Stay here. As you drop your right knee down and heel toe the left foot over to the right side of your mat. Okay, and before you untuck your toes, gauge how close the right knee needs to be to your hip. Palms are underneath the shoulders. Untuck the toes. So you have this nice length going on in the upper front body. Take your full inhale. Fold forward as you exhale, where you'll stay in this beautiful pigeon pose for a few deep cycles of breath. But your job is to make sure that you don't allow the shoulders to start bringing together the spine. Three more deep breaths. And then make your way up with the palms underneath the shoulders. Strong pigeon. Tuck under the right toes, lift the right knee, and send the left leg back, three-legged dog. And then left foot down for your downward dog. And then walk the feet to the back of the hands. Allow the hands to slide up the legs, finding a halfway lift. Crown of the head reaches to the forward, tailbone reaches back. And then fold forward. Allow the head to drop. And then push the feet into the mat as you slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Until you come up to your first and only mountain pose of your practice. So once you get here, I want you to notice, do you feel a little straighter? Do you feel like the shoulders move down a little bit? The palms are forward. Awesome. Reach the arms up high to the sky. Fold forward. And then bend your knees so the belly touches the thighs. And then bend a little deeper until the bum touches the mat. And hug the knees in. Okay. Slowly lower down one vertebra at a time. But keep your feet flat and knees up here. All right, if you want, you can windshield wiper the legs from side to side. Suss around. Once again, you know what it feels like to keep the shoulders down and away from the ears, so find that grounding. And then extend one leg long, followed by the other. Okay, point the toes away. Then point the toes towards your face. And feel how that changes in the back body. Point the toes away. Feel what's lengthening in the front body, what's engaging in the back body. And then bring the toes towards the face. So you'll feel lengthening in the back body and maybe some contraction in the front. All right, and then bring the toes back up. All right, from here, can you lift the right leg just off of the mat a little bit? Point the toes away. And then towards your face. All right, leave both sets of toes pointing towards your face and drop into your deep cycle of breath, holding the leg above. 2 more deep breaths. And then lower the leg. Maybe wave the feet from side to side. And see if you noticed if any muscles, other muscles were contracting too or helping. So keep that in mind. All right, so from here, let's stick with the right leg. Let's lift it a little higher. And point both sets of toes toward their face. Drop into your deep cycle of breath. Two more breaths. I can feel some weakness in my hips. One more breath. And then lower the right leg down, relax the toes, maybe sway from side to side. All right, send the right leg up totally. Try not to support the right leg, but if you want to, you know you can. Then point both sets of toes towards your face. Let's drop in for some deep cycles of breath. Last breath. All right, guide the right leg down. Don't let it thud. With care. Maybe do some ankle circles or wave the legs from side to side. All right, beautiful. Let's do the left leg. So lift the left leg up just a little bit. Point the toes towards the face. Drop into your deep cycles of breath. One more breath. And then lower the left leg mindfully. Wave the legs from side to side. All right, find some stillness. Lift the left leg a little bit higher. Point the toes towards the face. Breathe deep. One more breath. And then lower your left leg down gently. Wave the feet from side to side. All right, send the left leg up high. If you want, you can support the left thigh or not. Bring both sets of toes towards the face so you're activating the back line of the body. Drop into your deep cycles of breath. Two more breaths. And then mindfully set the left leg down. And allow the legs to go from side to side. All right, with the feet flat, hug your knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze, wrapping the arms around the shins. Keeping the back and the neck engaged. Send the right leg up high, followed by the left. So you're in a happy baby pose. Taking a hold of the bottoms of the feet. And then extend one leg long with the arm. Stay here for another cycle of breath. And then bring the arm and the knee in and extend the other one. Stay here. And then bring both knees in. All right, I want you to go kind of side to side for a little bit. So lengthen the right leg and the right arm. And then bring them in and then lengthen the left leg and the left arm. And bring them in. So flow here, play here. If you want to do both at the same time, you can. It's kind of nice when you focus on one side at a time. And then bring both knees in. All right, take the arms out to a T so the knees are in tight. And then allow the knees to fall over towards your right side. So you have a nice gentle twist, and hopefully we've created some nice length for you. And when you're ready, look out over your left shoulder. And start from breathing in the belly, to the low ribs, to the mid ribs, to the chest. One more breath. And then bring the gaze back into center. Bring the knees into center. If you want, you can give them a squeeze. And then take the arms back out to a T and allow the knees now to fall over towards the left side. Taking the gaze out over the right fingertips. One more big breath here. And then bring the gaze into center. And bring the knees in. Wrap the arms around the shin. If you want, you can bring the nose to the knees. And then gently set the head down. Extend one leg long. Allow the other leg to follow. Reach both arms up overhead. Point the toes away, fingertips reach away. All right, give some ease to that. All right, and then from here, reach the right toes and right side of the fingers away. Release and give ease. And then the left fingers and the left toes away. Give ease, and then reach both arms and both sets of feet away. And then this time, allow the arms to come down to the side. Wave the feet from side to side. Coming into your Shavasana pose. So drop back into your deep cycles of breath, taking a nice full inhale in. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more deep breath. Inhale in. And exhale. And know that I am minding the time for you, and I'll call you back. Okay. Take a nice full inhale into the belly, the lower ribs, the mid, and the upper. And release. Nice full inhale in. See if you can keep expanding. And release. This time as you inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And then as you exhale, roll over onto your right side. Drop back into a deep breath. And then carefully push yourself up into a seated pose. And we'll meet back into the easy pose. Palms are onto the thighs, reaching the head up high towards the sky. Reach the arms up as you inhale. Heart center as you exhale. Reach up as you inhale. Heart center as you exhale. Reach up as you inhale. Palms come together, but this time bring your prayer hands to your third eye as a reminder to have loving thoughts. And then to your lips as a reminder to have loving words. And then to your heart with a soft bow as a reminder to have loving actions towards yourself and towards others. Stay here for one more deep cycle of breath.